What's going on, guys? It's Powerbang here, and I'm bringing you guys a video today that's going to highlight 25 things that I feel could be tweaked or updated in Clash of Clans to make the game more enjoyable, more balanced, and just overall better quality of life for the player base that is remaining in the game. So without further ado, and in no particular order, here are 25 suggestions that I feel would make this game better. The hero grind at Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10 is one of the most frustrating things in the game. It takes an incredibly long time and a load of patience and activity in order to actually max out your heroes. Now, because it takes hundreds of thousands of Dark Elixir, even millions of Dark Elixir, to max those heroes at Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10, I would propose adding an additional Dark Elixir drill for Town Hall 9 players for a total of 3, and an additional Town Hall 10 Dark Elixir drill for a total of 4. Shortening the hero grind will keep players more engaged for the long haul and also allow them to experience the true joys of in-game content on a much quicker timeline. Now, your clan name is something that you select at the beginning of its existence, and it can never change. Now, a lot of players feel as though when they're in a clan, it's not working out and they want to start up something new, or perhaps a sister clan wants to show that they're affiliated with their brother clan, or however that works. Wouldn't it be neat if the leader of a clan could use a one-time name change for a small cost of gems to make that clan name change happen? So a live attack's going down in war, and would you look at that? 1 second into the raid, we have 15 spectators watching this battle go down live. Now, unfortunately, 15 is the maximum number of spectators that can watch a battle live, and the rest will just unfortunately have to catch it in the replay. Now, it doesn't really make sense to me that in a 40v40 war, or even 50v50, that you could have up to 100 players online at a given time, and only a very small percentage of those people can actually watch the battle in the heat of the moment to determine who's going to be the victor. Why not increase this limit substantially, even including adding no limit to the amount of people that can watch an attack live, similar to what they do over in Clash Royale? The Mortar is one of the most underwhelming and underpowered defenses in the game at higher levels. They're great for Barch down at like Town Hall 6, but what happens at the higher levels when they're trying to stop these mass miners, mass bowlers, and mass Valkyrie attacks? They simply don't do anything. Why not add a mechanic to these mortars that does something like a 0.5 second stun to any unit that is not considered heavy, such as a golem or giant? I don't believe this would be overpowered, as for the most part the mortar shots are so slow that they miss more often than not, but when they land, it would impede progress of these spam style attacks. Now, how many times have you guys been in a situation where you have to make an attack? It's going to be crucial, but in order to get that 3-star, it's going to be a very complex army with a lot of troops and a lot of spells being used. What in the heck is going on with the scrolling that one has to do at the bottom of the screen? It's nearly impossible to execute a lot of these very finely timed attacks because you're having to scroll. This often messes up the timing. It causes you to forget to drop your troops. It causes you to miss hero abilities, a whole slew of things. There have been so many occasions where I've forgotten to clean up the base because I've got some wizards just sitting in the camps that I didn't see, or maybe I didn't drop the poison spell on the clan castle because I simply did not see it. This needs to change, and we can do this in one of two ways. We can drop the used troops such as the wall breakers, healers, and baby dragon that you see on the taskbar right now. Get those out of the way when you use them. As soon as the amount hits 0, get that off the taskbar. Another way we can fix this problem is by stacking the troops and the spells. Have the spells on a different row and perhaps shrink the buttons down just a little bit in order to make this UI a little bit more clean. One of the biggest complaints I'm hearing in today's age in Clash of Clans is the dislike of engineered accounts and engineered bases. What are those, you might be wondering? That is simply put a player that significantly emphasizes their offense over their defense to the point that the player may have Town Hall 11 maxed out offense and only Town Hall 8 defenses. Engineered accounts typically forego building the main defensive structures at a given Town Hall level, such as the Eagle Artillery, Inferno Towers, and Expos. Now, the Spell Factory and Laboratory are key buildings with regards to how strong someone's offense could be. Let's make it so that the Spell Factories, Dark Spell Factories, and the Laboratory all have a higher weight in war. Do you run a clan by chance? Are you ever trying to find players on your roster, yet it's somehow impossible when you have nearly a full boat? Well, why not introduce some sort of less than random sorting options for your roster under the My Clan tab? Currently, you can have players like Town Hall 11s towards the bottom and Town Hall 9s toward the top because they're sorted by trophies, which is a completely arbitrary number, which is decided by the players themselves. Why not add some sort options such as alphabetical sort by player name, or how about by the Town Hall level itself? Alright, so you've nerfed our healers. They can now be affected by seeking air mines and air bombs, which makes it much more difficult to queen walk or queen charge against a competent defender. Now, one thing we need to keep in mind is that healers currently reach maximum level of level 4 at Town Hall 9. After Town Hall 9, at Town Hall 10 and 11, 3 additional point defense levels can be had, and 2 additional point defense towers between cannons and archer towers can also be purchased. This puts an undue strain on your queen walks to the point where the point defenses can chew through your queen even with healers under a rage spell. That needs to be tweaked, and I believe it's time to introduce a level 5 healer to the Town Hall 11 game. Are you guys in an active clan? Friendly challenges are going all day, every day, and they can get quite cumbersome and fill up the entire chat with results as well as challenges. This makes it cluttered and difficult to see the clan castle requests and the actual chat that's trying to be had in the main window. Let's find a new spot for the friendly challenge feature on the main taskbar at the top between the clan button and the challenge button. Now, I understand not being able to use heroes while upgrading in an actual war attack, but what about in friendly challenge? When I click the attack button in a friendly challenge, I expect the base to be somewhat of a practice attack. Now, if the opposing heroes are not accessible and they're down, it is not practice at all. It's typically a walk in the park. This is a very easy change to make. I believe it's fair. Give us the ability to always have our heroes available for defense in our friendly challenge attacks. The bowlers and miners have been out of control lately, the bowlers being one of the strongest troops in the game, even when brought in small numbers to a raid. Now, I believe that the bowlers need a little bit of tweaking, and I feel like one of the smart things to do would be to raise the camp space back up to 7 or 8 slots per bowler. Currently it sits at 6, and I believe that's just too many bowlers that you can bring into an attack to cause massive damage and make 3 stars just a little bit too simple, encouraging those spam style attacks that you're seeing in a lot of raids. One of the most out of whack features of Clash of Clans right now is the Grand Warden himself. Now, the sheer area that his life aura covers is just immense. Look at the benefit that the miners are getting from this life aura. Everything on the battlefield essentially is being propped up by that life aura, which gives them additional strength, makes them harder to kill, and this is very concerning because Town Hall 11s are just very easily spamming troops and trying to get as many into that aura as possible, and they are effectively wiping out bases left and right. The life aura, I believe, should be shrunk so that not as many troops can be affected by this passive ability. Now, to piggyback on my last point about the Grand Warden's life aura being a bit too big, I also believe the Eternal Tome, which is a special ability for the Grand Warden, is too strong. Currently, all troops inside of that life aura radius are completely invincible when the special ability is triggered, and I believe that's just going a little bit too far. It makes things like Inferno Towers, Giant Bombs, Wizard Towers, all of that good stuff in those spam style attacks completely invincible when the attacker triggers that ability. I believe that a camp space limit should be placed onto the Eternal Tome ability, similar to the Eagle Artillery, where only a limited number of troops are affected by the special ability. Tired of trying to herd the cats and figure out where your clanmates are? How about a simple online indicator where a little green bulb lights up next to the player's name on the clan listing? That'll simply tell you if they're online or if they're not. I'm absolutely loving all the progress being made against banning cheaters and those who do not play the game fairly. What about keeping up with more regular ban waves? What about every single time you log on to the game, a process is run, and if you're cheating, you're banned right then and there? The process of maxing out your walls is often painstaking and happens very, very slowly. Because of this, your heroes are often done far sooner than your maxed out walls, and because of this, I think it would be very nice if we could use Dark Elixir to help in the purchasing of level 11 walls, since after your heroes are maxed, you have no real use for Dark Elixir in this game. Even the Grand Warden is leveled up with Elixir at Town Hall 11. A very popular feature request that I've gotten lately has been that of a clan bank, which essentially would be implemented as a high-level clan perk where you have extra troops in your army camps and you want to donate them somewhere, but nobody's requesting at the moment. It would be really neat to be able to deposit those extra troops into a clan bank, a central deposit area where you could actually help out your clan mates who might need help, raiding in the wee hours of the morning when very few people are online. Or maybe it's to help out that sole Town Hall 10 in your clan that has to donate all of the bowlers. Wouldn't it be cool to be able to donate to a central repository where people could withdraw on a cooldown similar to a normal clan castle donation? You guys remember that Elixir spell that was introduced a few updates back? You remember, right? The clone spell? Yeah, that one? The one that sees 0% usage across most raids? I mean, literally have not seen it used since the update. Well, that's pretty telling, and I feel like we probably need to reduce the cost of that in order to get it into battles. So perhaps let's start with 3 spell space used on the clone spell instead of 4, and we'll see how that goes. So we talked a little bit about the bowlers earlier. They've had their turn. Let's talk about the miners, who we also hinted at. Currently, they are very, very strong. I would say they're overpowered, and I believe Supercell agrees. As you saw in one of the recent updates, miners were actually quote-unquote nerfed by slowing their speed at which they move through the base. Now, unbeknownst to Supercell, this seems like it was more of a buff. I do not think that that was intended. However, let's look at some things that we can do to actually nerf these miners rather than buff them. So, when they go underground, they're currently affected by heals, by healers. That is a little bit too much in my opinion, because as they move through the base, they go underground, they seemingly pop up with their health bar reset, and it's just so overwhelming for defenses. Let's take away the ability for the miners to be healed while underground. I believe that not taking fire from the defenses during their path of travel is enough, and let's see how that goes for a while. And by far, the most requested feature in Clash of Clans, to me, has been the Arranged War feature. Give us an ability to match up with an opponent of our choosing on equal footing. Clans have to have a way to challenge each other. They have to have a way to go head-to-head against an opponent of their choosing. This has to be put into the game. Give us Arranged Wars. So on a queen charge, something very peculiar happens when you're trying to approach the Eagle Artillery when it's protected by a buffer area that's 3 tiles wide. Now, if a building is 3 tiles away from a particular wall, and the queen stands on the other side of that wall, it can reach a 4x4 building if that 4x4 building is the research lab or the town hall. But the Eagle Artillery, for some mysterious reason, cannot be reached, and that needs to be changed. 3 tiles away for one 4x4 building should be the same as 3 for another. Now, a longtime personal gripe of mine as far as this game goes is the way they've gone about resetting their servers to perform maintenance in the past. Many times, the server maintenance causes the replays in the game to be reset, which adversely impacts the content creators, first of all. But on a game perspective, it also makes it so the folks that are paying attention to replays in the war have those replays wiped overnight, and they wake up to clan castles that they don't know what's in them, traps where they don't know where the locations are, and that is a shame. We got to find a way to reset the server so that the replays are kept intact 100% of the time. One of the more frustrating things that can happen in this game is when you request a clan castle and you're intending it for a specific purpose offensively, say a war attack, You request those troops, and then somebody's nice enough to give you those troops, and then say you go offline for a little bit to cook your army and get ready to plan your raid, only to come back online to find out, oh crap, I've been attacked and all of my troops have been destroyed. You submit another request. The person that donated those troops before is no longer online, and you're kind of out of luck, and the whole timing of things is kind of messed up. It would be great if we could disable the CC for use on defense and make sure that those troops are there when we want them on offense. Oh, what's that, honey? Oh, no, I'm not playing any games. I was actually just checking up on a few emails and getting back to a few people on text messages. So, yeah, I'll get right on what you were wanting here in just a minute. Does that sound familiar at all, you guys? Wouldn't it be cool to have a portrait mode for this game? You know, it might not be ideal, but it would at least allow you to get some farming done and maybe fool the old lady into thinking that you're doing something that she might deem more socially acceptable. Anyways, guys, this last one's kind of a joke, but kind of not. Those of you guys that, you know, have significant others can probably vouch for the fact that you've had to duck a few flying lampshades or something that your old lady's throwing across the room at you. Anyways, that is going to do it for this video, guys. Hopefully you all have enjoyed some of the suggestions that I put forth in this video. There have been quite a few of them. I know that the Clash of Clans team will be watching this video, so if you have suggestions, make sure that you leave those in the comments below. And also let me know what you think of mine. If I'm crazy, let me know. If you like some of the suggestions, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Anyways, guys, if you like the video, slap a like on it. I will be back a little bit later with some more Clash of Clans content. This is Powerbang, and I am signing out till next time, guys. Take care.